Meanwhile, on the planet Earth.
A new mysterious virus has landed on all parts of the globe that no one can escape. Can anyone save them? There is a certain group that can. A superhero group, maybe?
Nope.
Or
nope. Sorry, I gotta stop
not.
you right there.
Yeah.
No, that's not happening in a comic book. That's happening in real life.
Ah! Yeah, guys, there's a global pandemic happening right now. But you know what people need? They still need a podcast, and they need to escape. And that's why we have Comic Book Queers.
Quick, escape into this hole with us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 124. That's right? 124?
124.
124 of CBQ Legacy, that's Comic Book Queers, your one-stop shop for all things gay and X-Men. Are there other gay and X-Men podcasts out there? Yes, there are.
We do more.
But are they as funny as us? No. But we love them all. But we're the funny ones.
Sure. Okay. Welcome to the Funny Podcast. And it's not just about X-Men, okay?
It's also about the magicians.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it is. And it's pretty much just about Emma Frost. But welcome. If you are like us, hopefully you are staying at home reading many more comic books. See, look, silver lining on the whole thing. We have time with our books.
Yeah. And I will say it's a crazy world right now because... What?
I'm just naming authors. Duggan and all the greats.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I will say it's just very weird because just starting as of last week, reading comics, you're now reading, you're reading an alternate reality. Because...
Elaborate. What do you mean?
Well, it's just at first you're like, oh, this could be our world. But now these comics, they're living in a world where everything's fine except for the superhero stuff. So I'm just like, oh, this is another reality that I'm reading. Not only because they're superheroes, but also because people are just touching each other and hanging out with their friends.
Oh, look, there's somebody, I read a panel of someone touching their face and I was like, oh God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you're looking at everything differently. And I know it's an awkward question to ask people, but our readers probably want to know, how are you, Brett? Are you okay?
Well, I think, we're fine. I work in the large live events business, so business ain't exactly a booming right now, and professionally things are dicey, and mental health wise things are dicey. How are you, EvilJeff?
I work in the entertainment business at RuPaul's Drag Race, and as you may know, everything has been shut down, the production, everything. So I technically am still editing, but when we've run out of things to edit, I don't know what's going to happen to me.
Well, the world needs content now more than ever before,
exactly.
So something will happen.
Something will happen. And I will say it's not a good time to be a hypochondriac, and it's not a good time to have anxiety disorder. So there you go.
It's not a good time, though, at the same time.
But how much weed are you needing to smoke?
A lot. And so our service was on hiatus for a little bit, but went back into action today, and we got a ton.
There you go. There you go.
So we're okay. We're feeling good. Last night, I tried a Netflix party with my friends. It did not work.
Yeah.
It only worked for half of us. Netflix Party is a Google Chrome extension where you can watch a movie together, synced up, as well as chat, maybe video chat. I think just audio, not even audio, maybe just typing.
What did you watch?
We watched the movie 2012, an apocalypse movie.
Why? Why would you watch an apocalypse movie when the apocalypse is actually happening?
Because what's happening on TV was worse, if you can believe it, than what was happening outside. So it framed what was happening outside.
You're like,
not that bad.
I'm not that bad.
It could be worse. A Mayan prophecy could be coming to life and the earth could be crumbling.
Oh, my goodness.
Which is the plot of 2012. Terrible movie. And also 2 hours and 40 minutes long. And also the cast In 2009, we're casting John Cusack and Amanda Peet in leading roles. What are we doing? That's the real disaster.
You know what? I'm glad that this new decade might be awful with this coronavirus, but at least we've wised up that John Cusack sucks.
He's terrible.
He's awful. How did he get so famous for a while?
I don't know.
Like, what's an amazing movie that he did?
Better Off Dead.
Yeah, but that all right, that is a pretty good movie.
Oh, like a truly amazing movie, like a.
What was that one where it turned out all the characters were inside of his head?
Oh, Identity?
That is the worst. And the worst part is then the movie adaptation had come out where they were making fun of that plot line, and then the movie Identity actually came out.
Actually had that plot line.
Like, actually had that plot line of like, I hate. Do you know there's a porn star called John Cusack?
Oh, cute sack. Let's get him on the show.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Listen, comic books are never going to be more important and vital than they are moving forward. So let's not get him on the show. Let's keep it about the comic books.
Yes. Do we have any hot topics? Because what are you going to pick?
Oh, hot topics. Do we? Yeah, we sure do. I'm sure I can think of one. Do you have anything?
I do. I have a beef.
What's your beef?
Who handles the Twitter account for comic book
That'd be me. That'd be me. Our new intern, Christine. Say hi, Christine. No, don't. We're thinking of putting her on it next week, but she's still learning Twitter. Why?
Well, I just realized that I am chopped liver in this. I'm the chopped liver in this podcast.
Chopped liver?
Everyone is here for you.
No, that's not true.
Everyone is here for you.
No, that's only partially true. Why do you say that?
Well, somebody did a mention. Let's see if I can. I wish I had it brought up.
Yes.
Where is it?
This is why they come for me. I'm prepared.
Why? It was just here a second ago. Did you tweet a whole shitload of yourself?
Tweet a whole shitload of myself?
Did you tweet a shitload on here? Okay, here we go. This is Erdemus, I believe.
Sure. Yeah.
Who's probably going to be listening to this.
Better be.
He put, I look forward to you guys every week. Mostly Brett. If we're being honest.
And we are.
But I've grown to love the EvilJeff too.
He likes you too.
Yeah, grown to love, meaning in the beginning he was like, get that faggot off of here so I can keep jerking off to Brett's voice. Apparently that's what's going on. And that is like, okay, I
Why's it gotta be about sex?
I get it. No one, everyone thinks I'm a bitch when they first meet me. No one likes me. I understand my voice is very annoying. I get it. But here is the official Comic Book Queers response. Thank you. And yes, EvilJeff really is more of an acquired taste. How dare you?
All right, I have a very clear reason why I replied that way. I did not think you read our Twitter.
Yeah, well, it happens when you tag me.
Look, I don't know. I hardly even think you're on Twitter. I don't know how to reply on the CBQ page. Like, I don't even know how to post. I don't know what voice to use. Like, sometimes I use my voice. Sometimes I say I. Sometimes I say we. Like, I'm a brand. Sometimes I use a sassy brand voice. And it's just, okay, I'm not at my best on Twitter.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I don't know my own voice.
I get it. I'm the worst. And
no, I think listen, when I listen to our
this
episodes,
is high school all over again.
It's you who I connect with. I can't even connect with my own voice.
Is that
I listen to our show because of you.
But I did, in that listing, some people did say nice things to me, and then the Homo Superiors said that they gave us a shout out in their podcast. Mm-hmm. So Homo Superiors, we're shouting you out too. Yay!
We love the Homo Superior podcast, and we hope you're safe.
Did you listen to it?
Do you know what everyone is safe and healthy?
Did you know what they said about us?
Yes, I do.
What did they say?
they just gave us a shout out.
Oh, they were just like, listen to us. They weren't like, hey,
Yeah.
listen to the show because
They had no specific message.
the guy Brett is amazing, but the EvilJeff guy's really annoying. They didn't say anything.
I mean, I'm the one that met them in person, so maybe they did say that.
I know. I get it. That's what it is. I'm
the one that's out there.
You're the one that's charming, and I will say this: I am not charming. I'm not charming at all.
You're more chafing.
I wear on people. That's how I got my last boyfriend. I had to wear him down. Do you know how many times he rejected me when I wanted him to be my boyfriend? He was like, no.
Oh, Joe?
No. Yes. He was like, no, 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 no. And finally he was like, come out and hang out with my friends on my birthday. And I was like, that's something a boyfriend does. So I'm not doing it unless we're boyfriends.
And he was like, that's right. You're my boyfriend now.
Yeah. And then he was like, fine, I guess we're boyfriends. So that's what I'm dealing with.
Hey.
What's going on in the world of comic book news, though?
How about I'm really fearful that we're never going to see a Marvel Phase 5. That's where I'm at.
Well,
Black Widow being pushed back. New Mutants wasn't Phase 5. But, Loki has stopped filming. WandaVision has stopped filming. If for some reason there isn't a continuation of the MCU, I'm going to go ham. Home and masturbate.
It's all going to happen. It's just everything's going to be put on pause until. But that's the thing. The pause, it could just be a few months, or it could be until we get a vaccine, which would be next year. Which means there could be a big long year where there's just not any new TV shows or movies coming out. And do you know what that means? There's going to be a ton of cartoons and comics.
Yeah,
because those things can be done
cartoons
at home.
And comics.
Like Joe's a storyboard artist.
CGI.
And he was like, we're all fine. Like at DreamWorks, he's like, everyone can work from home.
Yeah. And do you know what? This is going to push forward that technology of like, why even have real actors? Today's animation is so realistic. We can just bring James Dean, quote unquote, back from the dead and star him in a movie.
Oh, he's so hot. Can we?
That's what's going to happen.
Can we have him in a gay porn?
Yes. People are going to do it. Well, deep fakes. I mean, all that. Oh my God. We're not going to know what's real. This is the beginning of the Matrix.
I'm just thinking about James Dean, Montgomery Clift, and like Gregory Peck and Marlon Brando in their prime in some kind of gay redone movie. All right, sorry.
This is what you should be working on if you,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of dream people, this is a little bit of a segue. Dream people that I'm in love with. Henry Golding, the hot husband from Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, yeah.
He is starring in a gay movie that's going to come out.
Really?
Yes, full on making out with some hot dude.
You know, that's hot because he's my top choice for Namor if we ever get him in the MCU.
Yes.
He really is. Oh, and speaking of Asian actors in the MCU, I started watching Kim's Convenience.
Isn't he hot?
Over the past few days.
Isn't he hot?
Simu Liu
it's so funny. It's a really funny.
Shang-Chi.
It's such a funny show.
It's a great show. We binge watched the hell of it. We couldn't. We were like, okay, another episode. Okay, another episode. But he's a lot more like I've never seen him perform. I've only seen him on Twitter.
I love him.
He's a lot more sexy and charming and funny than I expected. Mm-hmm. He's real good.
But that's the funny thing is that's why he's like the dumb sex pot on the show.
He's like a himbo. I
love it.
I want them to go like the himbo route for Shang-Chi, like kind of dumb, like got drunk and stumbled his way through a fight, like thinks he has deep opinions about stuff, but not really.
But he can kick ass. So he knows how to kick ass.
And he's very well-meaning.
But he's real stupid, so some girl kind of has to like tell him what to do.
Yeah. Like point, yeah. Oh, I'd love that. Which is kind of his character on Kim's Convenience, and I'm here for it. I'm also here for the shirtless
speaking
scenes.
of Kim's Convenience, though, the daughter is the worst.
She was in a movie I saw on an airplane called Loose, which got a lot of Independent Spirit Award nominations. It had Octavia Spencer in it.
Oh,
it's pretty good. she was in that, and when Kim's Convenience came on, I'm like, ooh, where do I know her? Oh, it's the girl from Loose. Oh my god, that one scene she was in was real difficult to get through.
And I think she's fine as an actress, just her character on the show is awful.
Oh yeah,
She's a total brat.
She is. Well, I mean, she's pretty sympathetic though, don't you think?
I say, how many seasons are you into it?
Oh, I'm only into I'm in 6 episodes of the first season. What do I know?
Oh, okay. By the 5th season, she's insufferable.
5th?
And everyone kind of hates her. There's an ongoing joke of the mom is just like, oh, I have to hang out with her. Like, it's kind of funny.
It's good. I hope we see him in this movie.
So that's the weird thing is that this is going to be a prime time for comics. Comics are going to start shining now.
Yeah. Here for it.
And
I read a ton.
I know. Well, I did not because I was busy checking if I was having shortness of breath with my panic attacks.
Yeah, if it was physical or mental. Mm-hmm. Yes. Could be
but
COVID, could be panic. We don't know.
Is it panic or am I just waiting to exhale?
Oh.
Cue the music. Ooh.
Shoot. Better. Shoot.
Welcome to the world of X-Men. Hey, did you ever want the world of X-Men to be real? Oh, I sure do. Because you know what there is on Krakoa? There's life-saving medicine.
Let's get that Krakoa medicine going.
COVID-19. Like, where the fuck is that? Because that's the thing.
Can I get the Krakoa virus?
How can you even address the coronavirus in the X-Men world? Because Krakoa already established that they have medicine that can cure everything.
Oy. If X-Men were real, people would be blaming the coronavirus on Krakoa right now.
Oh, they would say
Trump
the X-Men
would be
caused
calling it the Krakoa virus.
Yeah.
He would be calling it
of course.
that.
Well, now it's China and America are both trying to say that each other made it.
Gross. But there's 2 weeks of X books we should be talking about.
2 weeks. So we have, let's just do a list so we make sure. There's X-Men.
We had that X-Men number 8.
New Mutants.
We had that.
Excalibur.
We had that.
X-Force.
Yes, and a new one.
Which one?
Cable.
Oh, Cable. Right. Cable. Yeah, so we got 5. All right, let's get into it. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's talk about Cable.
Okay. What did you think?
I loved it.
I had some problems with it.
Oh. All right, let's take it. Let's go. Let's journey through it.
So,
you
first of all,
you love the opening, right?
Yes. There's the whole entire, all the Wolverine people are doing Russian roulette with their...
No. Wait, no.
Wait,
that's
no.
Not, that's not what happens.
Wait, which one is that in?
Cable is the arena where people are doing the one-on-one battles.
Oh, it's the arena.
Battles.
Shit. Wait, no, which one is that in? Is that X-Men? No.
Oh, the one you're talking about?
No, is that X-Force?
X-Force.
That's X-Force. That's
we'll
the thing.
Get there.
All this shit takes place on Krakoa, so they've all literally just blended together at this point.
Yeah.
That's right. It's the arena.
Visualize the art.
Do you have up the battles that happened in the arena?
Oh, okay. So we have Cable fighting, first of all, Uncle Logan, which I love.
Yes.
In this arena, which was on the map back in the day during House of X. Like they had an arena marked off.
But this arena is just people fighting each other.
It's just one-on-one battles. I mean, it's friendly. People are possibly gambling on the outcomes. But the first data page in Cable number 1, by the way, by Jerry Duggan and Phil Noto, okay?
Yeah.
It's the official record of combat in the Quarry. I'm sorry, the Quarry, not the arena. The arena is where you fight Apocalypse for all that weird resurrection stuff. The Quarry, and they have the record of wins and losses in each battle, and I have to say, I wanted to sit with this page for a good amount of minutes imagining these battles.
Well, there's some battles where you're like, can we get a flashback to that battle, please?
Right?
And it's interesting that Callisto seems to be... She's like the main... Has she fought the most? Who's fought the most? Callisto?
Yeah, but isn't it... You taught me Callisto, because I never knew what Callisto's powers were, and you taught me, she essentially never gets tired. So I love that.
Well, yeah, she basically is always at the peak of her physical prowess. She's always at her complete absolute peak. Yeah.
So to me, there is a really cool story in her fighting Jumbo Carnation. This is the same writer as Marauders.
Yeah.
So in Marauders, Callisto gives Jumbo Carnation that knife and is like, use this to protect yourself, essentially implying that she was going to teach him how to fight. So I think like this battle to me is
her teaching
the story I've written in my head is the continuation of that. Yeah. And I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Also, Silver Samurai is a mutant.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I never knew that. And he's like super bad. And him and Wolverine super hate each other. So I just find it very
Not
weird.
Anymore.
I know. It's just so weird seeing them be like, hey, what's up? Like, I'm the referee.
Hey, just fair play. Okay, on 3. Love that Artie and Leech are verified on the island. I was not sure if they were still with the Future Foundation.
Now, how would they even... Because if Leech just... And Artie just makes like, images. Okay. Artie just makes images, and then Leech makes the images not happen. Then they just punched each other.
Okay, right. Yeah, it was a fair fight. It was actually the most fair fight of all of them.
So let's go over these really quick. So we did Callisto. It was Cable versus Wolverine. Cable won. Callisto Jumper Carnation. Of course, Callisto won. Callisto versus Fish. Who the fuck is Fish?
Is that Sammy the Fish Boy?
I don't know.
The one who Juggernaut was in love with and Black Tom killed?
Oh.
From Chuck Austin's run?
Oh, right. And then he was like a tree talking to Juggernaut? Yeah.
He was like, I'm sorry, Kane, that wasn't me.
All right, whatever. Callisto then goes against Pyro. Which Pyro?
Probably our Pyro, because it's hilarious that he lost.
Leech and Artie. Then here's the one. This one was literally Gay Night. So
this was Gay Night at the Quarry.
On Gay Night at the Quarry, Dazzler versus Jubilee. Who can out Sparkle? Now, is there any doubt? Like, if you had... Dazzler versus Jubilee was... Like, who would you put your money on? Is there any doubt who you would put your money on?
Dazzler.
Yeah, of course Dazzler. And just even... Not only is she clearly going to be a better fighter, but her power set, I think, is just much more vast. That Jubilee can just blow shit up.
The end of the last Excalibur, we can talk about that.
We will get to that in a second. Because I want to get into why Jubilee... is a horrible mother and should have her child taken away from her.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Okay, anyway, we'll get to that with Excalibur. Okay, so then Wolfsbane versus Pyro. That's weird.
Yeah. It's just funny that Pyro keeps losing. It's Jerry Duggan's Pyro, so,
Yeah.
he's the
and here's
brunt of
M versus Bishop, and M wins.
Oh.
Interesting. Magma versus Firestar. That
never happened.
The least attended one. Rogue versus Havoc. I want to see that one. I would love to see that one. What have Rogue and Havoc been on teams other than Australia?
Good question. I'm gonna say no. Maybe though, but I'm gonna say no.
Do you remember? Although this was Dazzler, do you remember? There was one in the Australian outback, and I don't know why it's coming to me. And it was right when, like, biker shorts...
Oh, wait, Uncanny Avengers together.
Oh, yes! Oh, you're right. Of course. Anyway, do you remember back in the 80s when biker shorts became popular and, like, Body Glove? And there's Jim Lee just started taking over, and he...
Oh, and they went jogging?
And they went jogging, but it was like... And then Rogue was... But it was Dazzler and Havoc, right? I love that image.
It was Dazzler and Havoc, and then... Yeah, with those bodies, that shot. And then Rogue was wearing Dazzler's, like, skating outfit. And
then she, like, gets into a fight.
And she was like, you hussy!
Yeah, and she's like, I just wanted to look like a star.
I just wanted to look like a star. Like, Rogue, you're super hot. Like, what you... Okay.
Well, someone just posted a meme of like social distancing champion of 2020.
Oh, yeah, someone texted me that. Yeah.
The next fight is Esme and Irma.
Esme totally cheated.
The cuckoos. And so that's interesting because that's also what the other sisters don't help.
Right?
And then the next one, Nightcrawler versus Blink, so a teleportation.
A draw.
Oh, it was a draw because they just kept teleporting.
Just keep teleporting. Okay, we're tired.
And then here's the one that I want to know about.
Oh, so funny.
Gorgon versus Magic. Disqualified. What did she do? What do you think she did? Do you think she brought a demon up?
Yeah. She pulled some nasty shit. So fun. So then Cable is talking to Armor and Pixie, who seem to be two supporting characters of this book.
Sure. Stop trying to make
maybe
Armor
is even a love interest?
Yeah, no, well, maybe. They had that okay, they do what they do in all Korean dramas where the people like kind of fall and they get like their lips get really close to each other and they're like, oh, what's this? And they just kind of stare at each other for a second. They had that meet cute moment. So you're like, well, clearly they're going to fall for each other.
Clearly. And they happen upon this little shit. Sorry. This little girl named Curse. She was in Marauders once.
Oh, yeah?
She's like, she said something pretty nasty to Kitty, and then like Kitty turned around with like some anime. It was a meme. They were parodying a meme. And Kitty was like, and aren't you the little girl that everyone wants to fight? Kitty was really mean to her.
Oh,
anyway,
right.
Curse she's all over the place, and I like her. And then we have Fauna, who I'm not sure what gender Fauna identifies as, because I swear to God, when Fauna was in House of X.
Oh, wait a minute. Can we rewind to Hot Topics before I forget really quick?
Yeah.
New Warriors is revealing, they revealed their first non-binary superhero.
Oh my God, I cannot believe we didn't talk about that.
There's two superheroes. One's non-binary, and I think the other one's their partner.
Brother, sister.
And their names... Did you hear what their names are, Brad?
Yeah, I actually ranted about... I'm surprised you didn't see them tweets.
Did you rant in a good way or a bad way?
No, a bad way. I went off.
Okay. Their names are Snowflake and Safe Space.
Like, what
and
are you doing?
Well, I get what they're trying to do.
It.
They're trying to, like, take back...
Reclaim.
I can understand Snowflake, like, reclaiming that, but Safe Space, that is just... That's awful. But
it's going to be...
Awful.
Like, they're not going to be able to pull off the subversion of it well, and people are just going to jump. They're going to, like, the toxic fans out there are going to create their own narrative that it's pandering and see, that's what they are, snowflakes in Safe Space.
Yeah.
And then if anyone speaks up in defense, it's just going to, like, validate the whole snowflake vibe. And the whole thing's a trap, and it was not thought out well.
Yeah, I agree. It's like don't... The fact that the person's non-binary, that's amazing. Don't then make their code name and all, like, super... Like, why does that have to be a political journey? Like, can't just the fact that they're a superhero and non-binary, can't that just be in of itself the thing?
And it's from creators that I expect better from. The whole thing's very strange. I mean, I think back to, like, North Star's first story was an AIDS baby in a dumpster. So, I mean, here we are again.
I have an AIDS baby. I'm a fairy with an AIDS baby. Yeah. So we have to also count our blessings. It's not that bad.
Right. Exactly. It'll get better. It gets better.
Okay. All right. Back to Cable.
Back to Cable.
Fauna goes off into the other island. What's the other island called again?
Araco, I think.
Araco.
Or it was like a piece of Araco. Like, I don't know if the whole Araco came back.
But it's where all the bad, weird creatures
It's where the demonish, yeah.
And they run into this big lion-y thing. And Fauna's like, he's hurt. And in my head, I was like, if he has a fucking splinter...
Oh, absolutely.
And this is the fucking Aesop's fable of the lion and the splinter, I'm going to barf. Like, what? And that's what it was.
Wasn't a splinter.
Instead of a splinter, it's a sword.
It's a sword!
X of
Sword,
swords.
sword, 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 sword,
Or
swords.
10 of swords. Ugh, I don't like that. It just seemed very derivative. It just seemed like I saw it coming. It just seemed predictable and it seemed kind of lame. But
Sure.
you like it?
Yeah, I think it's cute. Because it's a sword. And I like that it's tying into characters I never expected to be in an X book, the Space Knights. Like Rom the Space Knight, although not Rom.
Are they
They're
a thing that's been established
like
already?
classic, yeah, 70s and 80s.
Oh, okay.
Rom the Space Knight was this like kind of popular book in, I want to say the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. And then for some reason, Marvel lost the rights to the character, and they can't use Rom the Space Knight, but they can use the Space Knights.
Right.
So that's what these folks are.
Oh, okay.
And let's just talk about the twist at the end. Let's just get there.
Okay. Talk about it.
Did you expect it? Did you see it coming? What was your reaction when they revealed a character at the end? Earmuffs, everybody. Here comes a spoiler. It's Old Man Cable. He's alive.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like, what is my biggest pet peeve that was happening like a year and a half ago?
What?
Two of the same character in the same timeline.
Oh, well, I'm probably going to drop a bomb on you about two of the another character coming up.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's happening again. You might not have picked it up. It was very subtle.
But I guess that's the thing is, so I guess what we need to figure out is, did that Cable actually get killed, or is this just another Cable in the timeline bouncing around from before?
He's a time guy. Yeah, exactly.
My thing is, if you're going to... I like this new young Cable, and let's establish him. Don't bring back the other Cable.
You know what? I'm sure they're bringing back this older Cable, like, temporarily, just as a way to kind of frame young Cable in some sort of juxtaposition approach.
But that's the thing is, does the old Cable know everything that the young Cable knows, or is it splintered off somehow?
I don't know. Good question.
Did the old Cable know that he was eventually going to be killed by the young Cable?
Right.
I don't know. And see, time stuff, it's a mind fuck, man.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not the way to go, man. Sometimes it is.
But you know
What do you want to talk about next?
Let's talk about New Mutants.
Yeah, sure. I don't think I want to talk about it for very long.
I want you to talk about it first, because I literally have no idea what happened in it. I don't remember anything, because I read it last week. What happened in it?
Thank you. The only thing I like truly remember, and it sucks. Ooh, I didn't buy it. Oh, yes, I did. No, I didn't. I only bought the hard copy, and I can't find it. It's in my pile. The only thing I remember is, like, it feels like the two separate storylines were always meant to build who the final team was going to be. And I feel like this was the first issue where the actual lineup, the combination of the space story and the rural story, combined, and now we realize that's the New Mutant team. Like, it includes Boom Boom, it includes Chamber.
Right. Oh, okay, now I remember. There's a new mutant that's discovered.
Yeah, in a country, in an unfriendly country.
And this new team of New Mutants with Boom Boom and Karma and they decide to kind of go, because Cyclops is like, hey, you guys kind of went off the rails when you just left for space with Cypher. Like, you can't fucking do that. And she's like, yeah, we're good. Don't tell me how to run my team. And meanwhile, behind her back, the team is like, we're gonna fucking leave without her. As they kind of basically do what they're not supposed to do. And now we have some new reality warping mutant, and they all get sucked into the reality warp.
Mm-hmm. And then Cypher, meanwhile, is building a team on the island to go rescue them, and he goes to the Mutant Liberation Front's camp where they live, and he goes to recruit, turns out, Wildside. Oh my God. Wildside.
Well, it's he's kind of like he like disrupts powers. Isn't that what his powers are?
Right?
I think that's what his powers are. Like, he makes your powers go like stop working right.
Like on the wild side.
Yeah, so I think maybe he's like, oh, if we bring you, then that person's powers won't affect him. Like he can actually go rescue that person since that person's powers is out of control. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm looking up his powers. He actually hallucin inducement. So Wildside has the ability to disrupt a person's sense of reality.
They're not their powers, their actual reality. So that's the thing. So if this person warps reality and he disrupts reality, he's hoping that it will like counterbalance. Yeah. That's a big gamble because you could either counterbalance and it nullifies, or you just made a black hole.
Oh, crazy. So listen to this. I don't think I realized this. As an effect of Mothervine, which was that weird storyline of X-Men Blue.
With the second mutations?
Gil's powers are not only restored to what they once were, but greatly augmented in various ways. So now, instead of hallucin inducement, he has, does this sound like anyone you know? Hallucination solidification. Whatever delusions his victors suffer from, he can make real. Just like Danny Moonstar did once.
When are they going to bring that back?
Bring it back.
Can we, like, please?
Maybe this is, maybe this is how. Maybe, I don't know, something happens to her during this mission, and she's like, oh my god, I can all of a sudden make hallucinations too.
Remember? I had all these powers that I've had this whole time.
Oh my god, now my name Mirage makes sense again.
And the fact that people are still... I never was on board with her shooting those little arrow daggers things. I hate them.
That's funny. I forgot. I just remembered she was on the Mutant Liberation Front, and she had that power when she had that like costume that covered her whole face.
Was she undercover, or was she? That wasn't during X-Force, right? That was like after that whole period of time when, like, remember where's a Siren?
Oh, she's in. Oh man, I saw her in the preview pages of something upcoming.
X Factor?
Either X Factor or Hellions, I can't remember.
Interesting. But that was like, there was that whole long period where X-Force had Siren, and then Danny Moonstar finally came, like when Danny Moonstar finally came back to X-Force and like X-Force around like 40 to 50, then it started getting good again.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I remember the Mutant Liberation Front. Did they start in X Factor, the Madrox Havoc X Factor from the 80s?
Yeah. No.
Or were they before
I thought that? The Cable X-Force.
They started there because I thought that all because that all was at the same time. So they were first in X-Force and then showed up in X Factor. Okay. They were part of.
I want to say right when X-Force, New Mutants became X-Force. They came soon after.
Yeah, but right when that happened, the new X Factor with like Peter David and Strowman.
Oh, sure.
Was happening, and they showed up in there too. All right, sure. I'm all for this. I actually, now that I'm remembering it, I'm like, this was pretty good. Although Speaking another reality warping Omega level mutant.
I know.
Like, stop it. Let's have her die.
I know.
That little girl needs to die. Sorry.
Yeah, her purpose is to somehow give Danny Moonstar her original powers back. Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to X-Men.
X-Men number 8, The Brood Attack.
Wait, can we just have one bad guy for a bit?
No. Here's a new one.
We have one bad guy for a bit. And okay, so another thing is, did you see the huge plot hole?
What?
Okay, so the Brood is coming because Wolfsbane stole this egg in New Mutants.
Yep.
And this egg is what the Brood can sense it a galaxy away. And what do they want the egg for? What does it do?
Nothing. They just liked it.
They're just like, it'll look great on my mantle. They want this egg. Wolfsbane stole it. So all the Brood is coming. And of course, little Brew...
I love Brew in this. He's so funny.
Brood, he's like, oh my god, you have this egg. That's why they're all coming. So they're like, we need to get this off planet as soon as possible. So here's where I am confused. We then they take the egg on a ship and start flying away. When they have a gateway to Cannonball's house galaxies away that they could be in 1 second.
Sure. Why would you want to bring the brood to Cannonball's house?
Here's the rib. You just have, for a permanent job, someone on either end of the gate. Just pass it back and forth. All right, the brood's almost at Earth.
The brood's like, oh, now we got to go back.
Yeah, that's what I would do. But at least then,
sure, great.
But I'm saying
Then
if you could take that egg galaxies away and then have them get in a spaceship and take it somewhere, you have a lot more of a head start.
Okay. I mean, sure. I think there's also brood in deep space, and they'll be like, "Hey, cousins, it's near you now."
Anyway, I feel like we're at the point now where there's too many dangling plot threads. Like, where's fucking X-23 and Darwin and who's the other one in there?
Oh yeah. Yep.
The Gen X guy?
Sync.
Where the fuck? Hello?
We'll get there.
What are they now, 2,000 years old?
This to me feels like it's setting up Empire.
Oh, is the brood
This
part
to me
of
feels
Empire?
like it's setting up Empire, and they're going to have X-Men in space for Empire. So, speaking of X-Men in space, did you catch that there's two of the same character running around?
What? Where?
In the data page at the end, when it was someone's report on the Shi'ar Battle Records report about what happened after, Rise and Fall of the Shi'ar Empire, whatever that was.
No, what did it say?
It said, the Shi'ar Battle Record, The Fault, an after-action report of the events surrounding the War of the Kings, thank you.
Yeah, I just skimmed that.
Lalandra. Yeah. So it said Gladiator, he wound up being Super Guardian, Black Bolt. He was killed at the end, and he was in the Fault, but no one knows how he got back alive. And then Vulcan was also killed at the end of War of the Kings, and that's why they resurrected him on Krakoa.
All right, I did. So, but did they resurrect him? Or is that one that's... So they did say they resurrected him.
Yes.
So they resurrected him, but now them saying that he didn't die means there's a good Vulcan and an evil Vulcan?
That is correct.
Oh, I didn't put that together. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's no good.
That's no good. I like good Vulcan. I don't know about you.
He's a slut.
He's a slut, and I like him. Him and Petra and Sway, they have got something going on.
Yeah, were they all fucking, or were they just getting drunk together?
Yeah, well, they probably.
Well, I guess everyone's fucking. Everyone's fucking everywhere.
Thigh touch. They're all fucking.
I wonder at this point now, is incest okay? Like what?
No. No, that's why everyone hates Fenris.
So there are some rules.
I actually, speaking of safe space and Snowflake, I did see like a group photo of the New Warriors with them in it, and they were like embracing. I'm like, why? Like, can somebody teach Marvel how siblings act?
Are they brother and sister? I thought they were a couple. Yeah. I saw that picture. I thought that they were lovers. That's brother and sister. What kind of Angelina Jolie?
What are we doing?
And her brother weird Oscar shit is that?
We have Fenris. We have the weird Ultimate Universe Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Like,
know what this reminds me of? Did you ever see the movie House of Yes with Parker Posey?
Oh, I love it. You be her and I'll be him.
That's a fun incest movie, guys.
Oh my! When Freddie Prinze Jr. finds out that his brother and sister are fucking, oh my
Freddie
God!
Freddie Prinze Jr. has never been hotter than in that movie.
Never been hotter.
Never been hotter. And Tori Spelling is really good in it. If anyone wants to say Tori Spelling is a bad actress, I'm like, watch this movie. She's really good in it.
No, she's really good.
I need to watch that again. Oh,
me too.
Actually, when I was in grad school, quick side story. When I was in grad school, a friend of mine that I was doing stuff with, all of her artwork, her photos, were naked pictures of her and her brother. So I was like, are they fucking?
What?
So I was like, what is that? What is going on? And we just met. We just started going to school together. And then she ended up becoming like one of my best friends. But anyway, so I was like, I'm going to show. They were like, come over and watch a movie. So with her and her brother that are doing this, that I suspected that they might be having an incestual affair, I was like, let's watch House of Yes. And I sat there and put that movie on and kept looking over
watched them
to see how they were reacting. And then finally,
oh my God, that's so Hamlet.
But they didn't react and they loved the movie. And then finally, after a while, I got pretty close to her. And finally, I was like, what is the deal with you and your brother? I was like, you guys act like...
And she's like, what? We're fucking.
You guys act like you're fucking. And then she goes, I know, isn't it hilarious? And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I think it's so funny. And I was like, but you're not. She's like, ew, no. No, I just like people to think we are.
Ew.
But then the brother got really annoyed and ended up was like, all right, you need to fucking stop, because the brother was kind of unaware of all this.
Oh my God.
Anyway, House of Yes, good movie. Watch it.
Good movie.
X-Men. Anything else in the X-Men we need to discuss?
Not in that issue. I'd love to move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
X-Force?
X-Force!
I just want to talk about that 2-page spread all day.
The Tiki?
The green, what I think it's called the Green Bar, the Green
It was like a Tiki.
Lagoon.
It was like a Tiki hut.
Oh God, there was so much story in those 2 pages of so many mutants at the bar, the central bar on Krakoa.
Yeah.
With oh God, it was just one big bar orgy. What were some of your favorite little? Do you have it in front of you, by any chance?
I'm gonna pull it up. I do remember like Dazzler's singing.
She's with a Shark Girl on the bongos, and Layla Cheney.
That's how come Leela Cheney? There's another thing. Give the egg to Leela Cheney. She's a transgalactic teleporter.
Everywhere. Don't you understand? They established in the beginning of that issue that there are brood everywhere.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Well, I noticed that Monet is talking to Maggot, which is crazy.
Why is that crazy?
It's crazy. I don't know. That's the first thing that popped out of me. I'm like, that's so weird that those two are talking to one another. I hope they get together.
And then it's weird, this spin the bottle, because that's the one thing is it's also, if you notice, they're still not, X-23 is still not there. And all of them are just partying, even though...
They're all just the whole family, even Gabby, finally.
They're just
Gabby.
They're like, fuck it, who cares that she's trapped somewhere for 1,000 years?
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
There's your precious little siren. She's hanging out with that crew.
Oh, you're right.
Right next to Matrox.
But here's the other interesting thing is Dakin and Wolverine are just hanging out. Wolverine killed Dakin. Like,
look, it's a new day.
I know, but I kind of want there to be like just like soap opera sides, like just one where it's like just
shit. Maybe Dakin doesn't remember.
Oh, they probably took it out. Oh, because that's the thing we can talk about in X-Force.
Oh God.
But first, still this Tiki Hut. Was there anything like, what is going on? I like that Nightcrawler is stealing a beer.
Nightcrawler's stealing a beer. It's so cute. Christian Frost is sneaking away with somebody up in the top corner.
Wait. You're what? Who is that?
I don't know.
It's not Iceman.
No, Iceman's way on the other side next to Bedlam.
Christian Frost. Oh, and then Anoli is pouring the drinks. Is he old enough to do that?
It's Krakoa.
Huh.
We have, first of all the way on the left by Iceman, Emma Frost with Jumbo and Callisto, new besties.
Yes. On the opposite side, we see Lesbian Bling talking to, what was that annoying girl from?
Transonic
from Hope. Was it Generation Hope? Was that?
Yeah, the 5 lights.
Yeah. This seems like fun.
So it's so fun. To me, the funniest thing ever, though, is the page before it where Jean is looking in her drink saying, "It's harder to know what's right and wrong anymore." And Scott is like just so over it, drinking out of a straw. Like, Shut up. He's like, bitch, I created Black Ops X-Force. He's like, don't even. And then when you pan out and they're at the party, she's saying that to Apocalypse. She's talking to Apocalypse? That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. She's like, you know what I mean, Apocalypse? What the fuck?
Oh, Forge is hitting on Storm.
Oh, Forge is hitting, and Forge is such a douchebag these days. I can see Storm being like, fuck, I was married to Black Panther. Fuck off.
I know. Get your little dick. Forge yourself a bigger dick, asshole.
Forge screams little dick.
I want to know who Christian Frost is sleeping with.
Seriously. And I want to know who that demon man caressing Mr. Sinister is.
Yeah, what gay shit is that? There is so much gay shit happening in this image.
Yeah.
I want there to be a love story with Dakin. Hopefully it'll happen in X Factor. Oh, and I like Sebastian Shaw's throwing up. All right, let's...
it absolutely will. Is he throwing up, or did that like fish thing take a shit there? Oh, and is that Lifeguard on the bottom left from Chris Claremont's Extreme X-Men?
Maybe.
And I love that the Blob is bartending. Finally, we see Freddie Dukes.
What about who are the people sitting up next to the werewolves? Is that Domino? That werewolf skull?
Oh, you know what? People online are saying that that's actually the skull of, you'll like this, Sim, the demon from Inferno.
Oh.
People are saying that's his skull.
Okay. And
then you get the Shadow King's hat to the right of it.
Is that Domino or Tempest?
Where?
Sitting sitting there.
Next to Anoli?
No. Where that skull is, up in the lower right-hand corner. Like all the way, like super close to the camera.
Lower right. Oh, lower right. Oh.
There's like a
that's
couple
Ava Bell.
there.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking totally the other. The Sim I'm talking about is to the left of Anoli.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or is that Sauron?
I don't know.
Oh my God! I think that's Sauron.
But who is that? Tempest, and who is she with?
I don't know. It's got to be one of the five.
They're all
it's
fucking.
It's not Gold Balls.
All of them are.
They're all fucking. I love Tempo from the Mutant Liberation Front with her yellow helmet on to match her yellow bikini.
But pages. I will say with this, the next thing is, it turns out the last thing before she died, Domino requested to remember everything. And I think Colossus said, oh, she requested not to remember everything.
Yeah, I think it's totally Colossus.
Because she's like, I don't remember it.
No,
it's not Xavier. It's fucking Colossus.
Colossus made the call.
So that's going to come up at some point. And I will say everything after this was garbage. I don't care about these
it was standard,
the plant people. It looked like the movie Annihilation. Didn't it kind of remind you of that?
It did.
And it was, but not interesting.
Right.
I just didn't care.
Yeah, I like that Black Tom is going to see some action.
But whatever.
But okay.
So, fuck you, X-Force. Now let's go on to Excalibur.
Oh my goodness.
What did you feel?
I love Excalibur.
I was not crazy about this issue.
Well, it was kind of like a in between issue. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we completed that part of the mission.
But I am kind of like, what? This is how you're going to treat this?
I love the White Witch turned out to be Courtney Ross or Saturnine. Love that.
Yeah, I do love that. But then
love the tension between the Braddock twins. This is so crazy. Brian's off the deep end. He just can't accept that sword.
He can't accept the sword. Megan is now a spy for working with
Megan
Pete
the spy.
Wisdom.
Love it.
The Aqaba. What is that? How you say it? I can never remember.
Yes, sure.
The Aqaba clan, they're just like, well, who wants to die? And someone's like, I'll die. And then it's like, I hate that shit. That creepy cult, I want to commit suicide thing is just so gross to me. It was kind of like in Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's religion. Remember that Sabrina the Teenage Witch where like, oh, I want to be eaten. Everyone eat me for Satan. Yeah. Like that shit was, I don't like it. It bothers me. Well, but here's the thing that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
You have a baby, Jubilee. That is a baby. That is like a year-old baby. And you are taking a baby, just because that baby is a dragon, you're taking it into battle. You're taking a year-old baby into...
baby.
Yeah, you are a bad mother,
and he got
Jubilee.
shot.
And the baby gets
Your baby got shot.
Your baby just got shot and dropped to his death. And then she goes all crazy with her powers like, oh, don't you touch my baby. And then she like shoots her powers crazy and like blows up half of those weird, what are those things called? White lights or that work for Courtney Ross or
is the Starlight Citadel folk?
But then I'm like, did she just die? How did she jump and survive that blast? She basically just jumped, fell to her death, and exploded all of them, and then landed in the explosion. So I'm like,
when I saw them shoot Shogo, I was like, they just shot a baby.
Because that baby's not a mutant, so the baby can't come back, right?
The poor baby.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Take her kid away from her. Take
Give
that
him to
kid away.
Sinister or Apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm done with that. And my thing is, I need more explanation of what the fuck is going on. What happened to Roma? What happened to Merlin? What happened to the to all of the did something happen with all of the other Captain Britons? Did that happen in X-Force?
Yeah, they were killed.
X-Force? That happened in that run.
They say they were killed. I didn't I thought I have to look back. I'm not sure.
Because that's when Betsy killed Jamie the first time.
Yeah.
Was in that run. So and then the other thing is Courtney Ross is dead and became the evil Saturn IX. And then did they switch back? What happened to the
Saturn? I'm trying to think of the original run. Like I remember Saturn IX killing Courtney Ross and then going around pretending she was Courtney Ross, and then it turned out Courtney Ross was like another parallel version of Saturn IX.
Yes, but
that's as far as my mind.
But then the regular Saturnin, where did she come back? So I'm just kind of like, I want some more explanation of what's going on. And I also felt where they were all like, when Apocalypse's big head just showed up, that was kind of dumb.
She's like, he's staring at us.
Don't worry, we don't hear the bells, and then the bells start ringing.
They show Rogue, Richter, Jubilee, and Gambit in like Captain Britain uniforms at the end for some reason.
I think I think she pulled from the multiverse and the millions of multiverses. Oh, here's a version of the Captain Britain's where this one's Jubilee. Yeah. Or this is where but I was like,
looks fantastic.
But didn't the multiverse collapse upon itself in Secret Wars?
Yeah, but then Franklin created new ones. And I don't think that applies for Otherworld.
Oh, it's so complicated. So there's the collapsed worlds of Secret Wars, the Franklin new created worlds, and then the Otherworld?
Sure.
But though the Otherworld is the nexus to the multiverse.
I don't know.
Oh, so complicated. Know what I want? Can they bring back Farron from Excalibur?
You love him. I like he's garbage.
I just liked him because he was gay. He was clearly a homosexual.
He should show up in Ten of Swords and then immediately get killed with Rachel.
All right. That's the X-Men.
That's it. Hey, there's other books out there. I don't know if you've read them, but there are other books out there.
I did. I read Runaways, which you are not caught up on.
Well, let's talk about that. Should we play our next music?
Yes. Hit it. Dun, 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 dun.
What have you read for me lately? Yeah.
How far have you gotten into the new Runaways run?
I am 2 books in. I started the 3rd volume. So I'm reading the first story of Alex Wilder coming back.
Oh, that's good. That's some good shit.
Yeah, so I've gotten through like the Cupcake of Eternal Youth and all that.
Is the Gibberum there?
Doombot. Huh?
Is the Gibberum there?
Not yet.
Okay. Right now, there's a whole plot line that's been going on with they're kind of like in a new LA team led by Doc Justice. And that whole run just came to an end. So they're kind of about to start like a whole brand new arc in the next issue. And I'm very excited to see like where they're going to go from here.
Yeah. It's still Rainbow Rowell, right?
It's still what?
Rainbow Rowell.
Yeah. No, it's just the whole arc of Doc Justice has kind of come to an end of like them being on that team.
See what's next.
And I'm just excited for it because now it's finally Gert is finally like, because Gert is now young. Is other than Molly, she's just younger than everyone, and she doesn't have. Because that's the thing, you have to remember what happened when she died. Because do you know what her powers are?
Old Lace.
Yeah, but guess what?
Oh, he has a new connection with Chase.
With Chase, which means she has nothing. So she's now on this journey of like, who the fuck am I? What am I doing? And she's kind of starting to figure it out. I like it. It's good.
I love Gert.
What else have you read?
I read a new Marvel book. I love Gert. I also love Jessica Drew, and there is a Spider-Woman #1.
What's going on in I saw that and I was like, I probably should read that. Who wrote it?
Her name is Carla Pacheco.
Has she written anything else that we know?
Yes, she's written some issues of Fearless, which is like the all women. Some other books as well, but I don't think her repertoire is that deep. She seems like newer talent. I hope
that just springs to me the problem with Marvel is where it's like, oh, you're a female writer. Here, write the thing with girls. Oh, we have another girl. We'll have you write it. I like the idea of giving a woman to write Spider-Woman, but I feel like at least Teenie Howard and they're giving women other stuff too. But I don't like it when I hear Marvel is only giving a woman writer only female things to write.
Yeah,
that annoys me.
Yeah. So Carla Pacheco has a letter at the end, and she goes into how she's always been connected to Jessica Drew her whole life. So I think this is an example.
What's the main setup? The main
setup is that Jessica Drew has no money to raise the kid, and she's going back into private investigation, and she's taking odd jobs here and there. So she's hired, and the reason for her new costume is because when she's getting paid for superhero work, she doesn't want to wear her classic Spider-Woman costume. She actually thinks it's disrespectful. So she has a new outfit for kind of just doing these things that she's trying to make a buck. She's not proud of it. She's just trying to make a buck. Like, she's not doing anything evil, but she's like a superhero for hire.
I was going to say, this sounds like
or
Luke Cage's
PI
gig.
for hire. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit of like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones combined, essentially.
Yeah. Got it.
So she's basically fighting these mercenaries who are trying to kidnap this rich guy's daughter.
Doesn't she have a kid now?
She does have a kid.
Did she have the kid or did she adopt it?
Yeah, no, she has the kid. And I think there's a guy who keeps watching the kid. I think it's the baby's daddy, who's like just this normal guy.
So the baby came out of her vagina.
Yeah, that's how babies work.
Not butt babies.
Oh, wait. I think Jessica Drew had a butt baby. So at the end, it reveals that like her new costume is actually like some bad guy made it, and it's designed to track her and hurt her.
I was gonna say it's being monitored. Great.
Yeah. But Jessica Drew's fun.
But nothing mind blowing yet.
Nothing mind blowing.
All right.
Yet. Yep. So it's good. I talked about Black Cat. Black Cat's a really, really good book. I have nothing new to read. I'm just saying Black Cat's a good book. I don't know why I brought that up.
Did you read any DC comics?
No, but I did read a Boom Studios comic and a Dark Horse comic.
Oh, so what Dark Horse comic did you read?
So Mike Allred, the
lawyer for the Menendez brothers? No,
that's Gloria. He's an artist. He's got a very distinct style. He did Mad Men. He did Ecstatics. It's very 60s crazy. Yeah, my fave. So he has his own book for Dark Horse. He's writing and drawing, and his wife Laura is doing the colors, called X-Ray Robot. It's about a guy who is trying to stop this horrible thing from happening, and he's it's his origin story in this issue. It's a guy who's trying to fight this horrible thing that's coming with a robot version of himself that's actually him, who's lived 277 years. Like, he and this robot share an identity. They're both Max Wilding, It's just that the robot was him who was flung into the future and lived 277 years and then came back. And the robot's like, I'm Dr. Max Wilding. And Dr. Max Wilding's like, no, I'm Dr. Max Wilding. And the robot's like, yes, we are. It's very kooky, very trippy.
I was gonna say, is it very funny and like his like?
It's like but like Mike Allred's art, like you just cannot go. I don't care what this book is about. I just stare at it. But after this origin story, like the setup for the next issue is after meeting his robotic 277-year-old self, Max learns about the incoming threat of the ultimate nihilist, a villain determined to take all life to its pre-Big Bang status.
Pre-Big Bang.
Yeah.
That's not
so
good.
like nothing. But it's beautiful. It's trippy. It's so melodramatic to match his style. It's very Roy Lichtenstein-ish in its vibe. You know, it's so good. I highly recommend X-Ray Robot by Mike Allred.
That sounds fun.
It's real fun. It's real good. And again, beautiful.
I think the next thing that I read, you read as well.
I hope so, because something is killing the children.
Something is killing the children.
Something is killing the children, number 6, James Tynion the Fourth's book. We love this book.
Yeah, it's great.
So they go flashback to the first scene in issue 1. This is issue 6. They flash back to the murder of our main character's friends, or one of the main characters, the little kid. He said to his friends, I saw something in the woods. The friends were like, you're an idiot. And he's like, well, I dare you to go out there. And then the friends were killed by the monster. And the boy survived.
Plot twist.
Did we know these boys were gay?
Do you think all of them are gay?
Well, 2 of them certainly are.
2 of them are gay.
Including the boy that the book is about.
Yeah, he's gay. And then it turns out they all know that he asked out the other guy. And then the other guy was like, we should just be friends. And it was like, oh, he's not gay. But then he's like, but isn't that other guy hot? And I'm like, oh, he is gay. He just rejected him. That's the worst.
Yeah. And then got slaughtered by a monster.
Yeah. Serves him right for not going out with him.
That's what happens. Don't say no. But yeah, so we just dive more into Erica Slaughter, our main character, her background.
Well, there's the big reveal with her. Because now it looks like, because of everything that's going on, how bad this is, the little girl that survived is like, oh, that the mama monster had 5 baby monsters, and now that they're clearing out all the dead kids that they were eating, all those little baby monsters are going to start wanting to feed. But meanwhile, in the higher-ups of whatever weird cult, army, cabal,
the secret
whatever cabal
monster hunting organization.
The girl, do we know what the girl, what's her name? What's Slaughter?
Erica Slaughter.
Erica Slaughter. They're basically, a guy's coming to relieve her of her duties and to kill Tommy. And they were like, yeah, we have to kill him because you know what they say about, taking in strays, how that worked out for us. And that looks like she was a survivor of one, like that little girl.
Yeah.
They took her in because
she was adopted by this. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, when she was a little girl, she survived the monster.
And they're like, and she's a nightmare. So we're not doing the same thing with the kid who she found.
Yeah. So they're just going to kill everybody.
They're just going to kill everybody. I still don't know if this is a limited series or if this is ongoing. It feels limited series, right?
Who knows? Maybe it's one of those where it's set up that way, but if it gets popular, it'll keep going.
Yeah. And so the name of this organization is the House of Slaughter. And her name's Erica Slaughter. It's like, they're like a house, like on Pose.
Yeah. Oh, you like the House of Slaughter? The House of Slaughter is sickening! Clack, 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 bang! Yeah, it's great. I love it.
It's great. How many booms do you give it?
I give it a total boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room.
Oh, the whole thing. That's the best score ever.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, so I read this digitally, but even if I were reading this hard copy, one of my favorite things about this book is they always have an opening scene, and then you flip the page, and it's just a big 2-page spread, white type on black, that says, something is killing the children. It's so effective.
I know. Something is killing the children.
something is killing the children.
And I'll tell you what it is. Instagram.
I'll tell you what it is. Instagram. Listen, I know we're going long, but we haven't recorded in a while. Do you mind if we go into a critical segment?
Sure. Let's get critical.
Critical.
What do you want to talk about, Brett?
I want to talk about the Harley Quinn cartoon on the DC Universe streaming platform.
Is this like a hard R?
It is a hard R.
Like, you were sending me some like clips from it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's incredible. I'm going to give you my login. This is the funniest show. This is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. I cannot believe the level. I mean, it's truly, truly funny. But the level of vulgarity and just the level of comedy, it is so good. Like, I don't know who's writing this, but it is a joke machine. It's just like, it's heartfelt, and you care about the characters, you care about her gang. They're like a little family.
Is she with the Joker in this, or are they broken up in this?
So this is amazing. It opens with their breakup. Episode 1 is their breakup, and the whole show is her trying to achieve the level of supervillain status that he has as a way to like show him that she doesn't need him. Mm-hmm. So this is all about like her trying to get into the Legion of Doom, her getting her own gang together to compete with the Joker and just to be somebody. The first few episodes is her building her entourage, starting with her best friend Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy is voiced by Lake Bell. And Poison Ivy is the funniest fucking character. Lake Bell's delivery on this show, she turns every line into gold. It's so good. It's Harley, Poison Ivy, and then they pick up Dr. Psycho, who is the little short guy who I sent you the clip of him calling Wonder Woman a cunt. Which ruins his status in the Legion of Doom. They simply won't have it. Just the way they portray Wonder Woman, like at one point they cut, like they say something about Wonder Woman on TV, and then they cut to Wonder Woman and she's in her living room eating cereal with like jammies on, and she's got like a milk mustache and she just frowns. Like, it's just these little, it's like Simpsons Family Guy cadence of bits.
Yeah. But
it's also like really smart relational comedy. So the rest of her, it's Dr. Psycho, it's King Shark, Clayface, and then Poison Ivy's got like a talking Little Shop of Horrors plant who JB Smoove does the voice of.
Oh, nice.
Like Jason Alexander is their bionic evil landlord, and like it's like a quality cast. It's Kelly, what's her name from Big
Clarkson?
Bang Theory?
No, Cuckoo?
Kelly Cuoco.
Cuoco?
Yeah, it's her. It's Harley.
Oh, nice.
And number of people. Like, it's really, like, it's an A-list cast doing all the voices. I cannot wait for you. I've never been more excited for you to see something.
I need to watch this.
It's incredible. It's so good. And Poison Ivy's boyfriend, Poison Ivy has a suitor, and part of the, like, one of the B plots of the season is her relationship with this guy and how she slowly is actually falling in love with this guy, and it's Kite Man.
Oh yeah,
great. Christopher Maloney is Commissioner Gordon, and he's completely snapped. He's like this sad lunatic. It's all of it is so good. Like, one of the opening jokes is Bane and Scarecrow in the Legion of Doom, and Scarecrow's like, "Oh my God, did you hear about Joker and Harley? They broke up." And he's like, "Yeah, they were trying. I just heard they were trying an open relationship, and everyone knows it only works for gay men." It's just like that level of just like, it's so good.
What?
It's so good. Like, Bane is a huge character in it. Obviously, Joker's a huge character in it. Lex Luthor, Scarecrow, like the whole Legion of Doom. They're all like such assholes. Oh, God, I could go on and on just spouting random things about this show.
I'm excited to watch it.
I'm literally going to email you or text you my login so you can watch it. Great. You have to watch it. It's the best thing ever. And season 2 dropped like Friday.
Yay.
Season 2, episode 1. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It is so worth the subscription to the DC Universe platform. My friend Jamie, who you know, she just texted me. She's like, you know what? I know you're thinking of dropping DCU. I got to tell you, the Harley Quinn show is pretty good. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then during this virus stuff, I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me check out the Harley Quinn. Well, forget it. I can't stop. I can't stop watching it.
Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Like Pringles.
Can't eat just one.
Wow. Next week, we're going to talk about the end of The Magicians.
Oh, no.
Musical episode, it looks like.
I know. Is it the last episode or is it the penultimate episode?
Oh, it said last time with a feeling. Like referencing the Buffy once more with the feeling.
Yeah.
So I don't know if, I'm not sure. It might be the second to last, but.
Yeah, my takeaway is that it was
next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Second to last, but last musical. Oh my God. At least they know how to go out.
Fuck yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, back to watching more TV and reading more comic books.
Back to slowly crying in my closet.
Why would you cry slow?
Slowly. But thank you, everybody. But in this time, if you want to read comics, escape from them. And escape into a world of comics and escape into a world of commentary on comics, which is Comic Book Queers. That's us. Listen to us, rate us, subscribe to us. And I hope you all are safe and stay the fuck away from each other.
Yes, please stay home and please stay healthy. And remember, if you read comics, well, that makes you queer. Oh my God, Wanda Sykes is the Queen of Fables. Oh, it's so good.
Bye.
Bye.
Shazam.